my real reaction is that eventually YouTube is just going to generate everything. Learn how to manipulate you, and the government or the corporations or whatever, like whoever's controlling it could push society in whatever direction they wanted, telling each individual exactly what they need to hear in order to comply. Nobody wants this, right? I mean, maybe like 12-year-olds or something, but most people don't want this. I find it fun or whatever to prompt AI every once in a while, and you know, it's been helpful since it's been on the scene as a video editor, taking out backgrounds and you know, all those little things that it can help. But generative AI has been a real pain in the ass. I don't think just to video editors, but definitely to video editors, video makers, YouTubers like me, songwriters. There was a lot of people that had hope that they would, you know, the corporations would fight it out over copyright and things would even out when all this stuff was brand new, when Will Smith was eating up that spaghetti and it looked like that. But over time, more and more, we've realized all the companies are sucking up all the data from all over the world and molding it together and spitting it back out in our face. And now this recent YouTube update, like I just found out about it. I heard a little bit about it earlier, and then I went to sleep early because I was really tired, and then my dog woke me up, and then I started watching this video when I should have been editing a different video. So I find out about this update, and it's like, dude, like, just be rational and think about it as I'm thinking about it. I don't think if you're making really, like, if you're making Vox style videos, if you're going all in and writing good scripts and doing the things that I'm trying to do and get better at, and some of my favorite creators are doing and always getting better at, I don't think we have all that much to worry about yet. If ever, really. Like, I think if you put effort into something, it's always going to be better than the next guy's. But we do have something to worry about when it comes to just flooding the platform with nonsense. But for better or worse, when it comes to YouTube, and mostly probably worse in my case, I am on the creative side of things. I've tried to get out of that at times, but I can't help myself. I just can't. I'm a creative person. It sounds weird to say, but I'm a creative person, and I create my videos, and it takes me a very, very long time. I'm working on a video about RFK on my other channel. I started a new channel, by the way, which are mostly voiceovers. I'll get into that in a second. I'm a small channel, brand new, even smaller than this channel, and it's like, it doesn't really matter how good the video is if there's AI slop. Like, I don't mind losing to Johnny Harris or whoever that's like a really good filmmaker or YouTube guy or whatever, but not being found because of a bunch of AI slop kind of sucks. And obviously all the obvious stuff. It takes jobs away from real artists. It takes jobs away from people that are just getting their foot in the door. Just, my real reaction is that eventually YouTube is just gonna generate everything, right? Like, is that the end goal? Do they even have an end goal? Like, it's just more money every year, everything must go up. That's what the shareholders demand. That's what the CEOs are all about. They want a bonus. They want to do some buybacks. They want that graph to go up. The great thing about YouTube is that there is a barrier to entry, I think. That's why I've always wanted to win on YouTube the most. Anybody with a little bit of luck and maybe a somewhat good idea can go viral on TikTok, and that's beautiful. And before all the censorship, it was the platform where people could communicate, and Instagram is sort of that now. I can't even go onto Instagram without being traumatized, and I feel like that might be on purpose, but perhaps for a different video. I mean, like, I purposely tried to not watch it, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, then I don't know what to tell you, but I really didn't want to see it, and I went on Instagram, and it was like the third swipe. It's like, you just gotta, like, I feel like that's some sort of conditioning, like trying to condition, like, there's just trauma all over these platforms. But again, for another video. But with YouTube, like, that barrier of entry gives it a little bit of prestige, and bringing these AI features in and making things like making everything just like easier and easier. Like, I get it, they want to grow, right? They want more people posting. They probably want that data to train their AIs even more and sell ads and all of this. It's already, you know, the biggest video platform in the world, but you know, they need it to grow. But it's like, even as a viewer, Like, I want to watch people that are good at making videos. I either watch my news type stuff, or I watch like well-made documentaries or camera reviews, and everything that I'm interested in watching. You know, sometimes it's just a talking head or whatever, but it's a real person giving me their real idea. And so there's a variety of types of videos, and sure, like a talking head like this is way quicker to make, but I'm a real person. I'm not generating it. And you know, this is just a crazy middle of the night rant. By the way, this is my first channel that is now my second channel where I post talking heads and stuff like this more. I was going to, but now I'm definitely going to, because all we have is our personality until they take that too. But like I alluded to a little earlier, I made a second channel where what as I call try-hard editing, you know, script writing, the ones that I'm really, you know, the stuff that I used to post here. But on that channel, I'm doing voiceovers, and I'm doing real voiceovers, and I do show my face on camera. And, you know, I've messed around with 11 Labs, and to me, to my ear, it's really, really obvious when it's AI. I click on videos that look like good videos, and some of them might even be good videos. There are people that are like me that maybe use AI to help them or whatever, but really do good editing in Premiere or DaVinci or whatever they're using, and really make some art, and they just don't want to do the voice, because the voiceover is a whole nother skill. Like, I've just started to get okay at it, and so it's like hard to tell if it's a voiceover or not. To me, it's really not. To me, like, you know, I even thought about using it, but I can't use that. I can't use that for clients. I can't use it for myself. I can hear it. But to some people, they can't hear the difference, and it's getting better all the time. And you have things like HeyGen and all these other AIs that eventually, even showing myself on camera isn't going to make a difference. So it's all about that content. But the thing is those generations were trained on us. And by us, I mean literally everybody that's ever used the internet, ever. YouTube in general, everybody, I feel like, viewers and creators alike, and me as a creator and as a viewer alike, I have a special place for YouTube. Like, when I'm on Instagram and TikTok, it's like not healthy. And it's not healthy to watch too much YouTube. It's not healthy to do too much of anything. But I feel like you can find food for the brain rather than junk food for the brain on YouTube. And I feel like with these AI updates and lowering the barrier to entry, which, you know, it has its good side and bad side, I just feel like we already see so much slop, and we have this huge bot problem, both in horrible ways and less horrible ways that are still bad, and people are arguing with bots on all these platforms, political left, political right. It's like, I don't even know who's real anymore online half the time. To be fair, I think some of it is good. I think the collaboration tools are a long time coming. We'll see how it all works out, but it sounds hopeful. I also think the clips from live streams, I think that's pretty cool. I also think some of the impersonation stuff is a good idea. And yeah, there are some good updates here. I just think like the music thing and just pushing a bunch of clips in there and having AI do it, and Vimeo 3 in general, I don't know, I have mixed thoughts about that in particular. I think some of it is sort of a spit in the face to creators, and some of it should have been on YouTube years ago. I just hope they either get enough backlash or the community just doesn't give attention to the channels that are nothing but AI slop, but I already know that some of them are successful. But I wanted to add this part in because I know I'm just being really negative, and maybe it's because I woke up from a long nap and I'm just a little moody and cranky, but some of it's not that big of a deal. It's just more like the direction they're going that I'm worried about. The music thing, I feel like, is a spit in the face of music creators because that's trained on their data, and the video editing thing, it's only for vertical, and I'm sure it's not going to be as good as a real video editor, at least not one that knows how to do anything more than cutting or whatever. However, it's only going to go from here, as they say all the time about AI, and we know what these corporations are after, and I don't like the direction. I like authenticity. I have found certain AI, it'd be a lie if I said otherwise. Certain AI tools have been useful. Some of them do the tedious work that wasn't even that hard to begin with and just saves you time so you can be more creative. And some of it has allowed people, and myself included, to do things you normally wouldn't be able to do. At the same time, it trained on all our data. We're getting very little out of it other than burning mass amounts of electricity that for some reason they're going to, I don't know, I don't want to get political, but coal is not the future we want. And also, maybe I'll make another video about this, but how long will this all last? Like, this all takes enormous amounts of money, and maybe because in YouTube's case and Google's case, as long as you're pushing data, and the goal right now, it's the bubble. We're in the AI bubble, and all these AI companies want to be the best. They want to take over, and then they monetize. That's what they always do. That's what they did with search. That's what corporations in general do, right? They're all competing, and us as the consumer are gonna win if you're into these sort of things. So right now, like, a lot of this stuff will be free and accessible, but eventually the end goal in 10 years or whenever, eventually they'll just use the data that they've gotten this is total conspiracy, right? And I'm sure you'll still be able to upload, but YouTube itself, you'll just click on, search something up, and it'll just entertain you. Maybe it'll just be like the biggest psyop ever. The AI is potentially the biggest psyop ever, because like social media keeps you in your bubble and keeps you watching similar-minded people with, and some of it, people can get drugged down certain conspiracy holes or whatever. Like, AI could be that, but all generated, all independent, all, it could learn you, then learn how to manipulate you, and the government or the corporations or whatever, like whoever's controlling it could push society in whatever direction they wanted, telling each individual exactly what they need to hear in order to comply. I'm sure like 90% of you are calling me a nut right now, but these people study psychology. And again, I think there's a lot of good features that should have been here a long time ago, and I'm happy they're going to be here. But making it more corporate and the AI thing just makes me worried. As a video editor, it's really hard to post videos that are like this, because I'm used to, it's almost like wearing a mask. It's almost like, even though it's really me, it's when I'm editing a lot, when I'm writing a script, it's showing such like the most, curated version of myself. Like, some people just post stuff like this, or like make the news shows like this, and maybe have bullet points or whatever. And sometimes I do bullet points, but I being a video editor, if you're a video editor, like, it's not real life. And I'm sure I edited this video as well, but you're seeing me at 2 a.m, and it's definitely it's a different feeling. Expect more of this sort of video, maybe a little more thought out, maybe a little bit less spur of the moment. Maybe I will bullet point a bit more and be more pinpointed, but I do want to post on this channel as if it's more of a diary or a podcast sort of style. And, like, heck with it. If anybody can make AI do whatever, I might as well have fun with it and use cameras. And I'm still gonna do my try hard videos, but I like, this is a direct connection. They can't steal my humanity yet, right? So yeah.